takes you to college trips, and it gives you an idea about how college is going to be and how fun it's going to be, but also how hard you have to work to have fun.
I have a really good teacher that also keeps the conversation going, crack jokes on people, make each other laugh and stuff. And also the field trip with colleges is fun, especially with PV.
I think it's the best class that the school can have, and it gives you better opportunities to know how you want to do stuff in college or what you want to be when you grow up.
I think it's a good elective because it helps students be more successful in the future, and it helps us get the feel of what college life is like.
It's a very helpful process, and it prepares us for college and high school.
I like the AVID class as a whole because it lets us go to different colleges and let us see what they have to offer.
I think that the AVID tutorial process is really beneficial to me because it helps me to understand concepts that I didn't quite grasp in class. And the TRFs, I feel some type of way about those sometimes, but I understand it's to better me and my education.
At first, when I first came, I was like, why do we have to do this? Because I didn't like studying, I didn't like being tutored. But now I like the tutors, and I like that they're willing to help us, even though sometimes we don't want to do it.
I like the TRF because it helps me to identify my process in trying to solve problems, whether it's in math, reading, science, or any other subject. And what I don't like is that I have to do it before I come to class. I have to take the time out of my day to do it.
I like the tutorial process because I can like I said, I'm struggling in math, I can use my TRF to say what I'm struggling in, and then I can go to one of the tutors and they can help me out. And then I can go back the next day, like take a test, and I'll pass it.
I like the tutors, they fun, but that the tutorial process is good. If you don't understand something or understand like what you're learning, if you put it on your tutorial sheet, you're gonna go through the whole process and learn it, because we have it every Tuesday and Thursday. So you got 2 days out the week to learn something that you didn't understand. You go through a process and like you get more help understanding.
Well, ever since I joined AVID, I've really put my grades up, and it's really helped me like to understand topics and stuff. One of my hardest subjects to work on that is really hard for me sometimes is math, but doing TRFs is not fun to do it the day before, but it really helps me to understand stuff that is difficult for me. I like the TRFs because when I'm struggling in a class, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays I have to come in and then I can do them in class, and then once it gives me like the steps of how to do it and basically like how to model it.
When we count the GPA, it's good because if you have a higher GPA, then you can be able to like go to different colleges. People want to be a doctor and lawyer and stuff, and without a 3.0 or a higher GPA, you can't be able to go to different colleges and stuff.
It helps keep you on track of what you need to do in class and what classes you're failing.
I like the GPA calculations because it lets you know how good you're doing in class. But when you have a low GPA, like a 2 or like a less than 3, then your teacher starts pressuring you about it, and then it starts putting so much pressure on your shoulders because now your teacher knows how good or how bad you're doing in the class. And like, you can't pay attention because now then you're trying to get all the other grades up high, so it's stressful. But then it's good because then you know if you're doing better, if your GPA is going up, and you know if you're doing worse, if it's going down. So it has pros and cons.
Well, the GPA calculations and the goal settings, it has really helped me because last year when I really didn't know my grades and I wouldn't check because, well, I really didn't feel like it, and I kept on getting like B's and C's, and I ended up being a terrible student. But this year when I did get AVID and did get the GPA calculations and stuff, it kind of sort of like motivated me to do better, and I ended up having some B's and a lot of A's.
I think the GPA calculations really help us out by telling us what we need to do in our classes. It shows us what we're struggling on. If you have a 2.5 and you want to get to a 4.0, you really have to work hard to get to that 4.0. So you just have to work hard in your classes, and that really helped me out because I had a low GPA and now I have a high GPA.
I think the GPA calculations have helped me want to like better my grades and help me realize that I can still do more things with my grades.
On a scale from 1 to 5, I would rate myself a 4 in binder organization. Something I dislike is that I have to carry this giant binder around all day, but on the flip side, I always know where everything is, so I don't have to scrounge around my book bag all the time.
I feel very organized about the binder because last year I used to have loose leaf sheets of paper in my backpack, mostly with homework, and last year I wasn't exactly good with my homework because I always lose it in my backpack. But since this year I'm in AVID, it really helps me out.
I like the AVID binder because it helped me organize myself, and like when I was in an AVID, I used to have all papers around my backpack.
First, I didn't like it because it was large and it was heavy and taking up a lot of room in my backpack. But now it's fine because all my stuff is organized and in one spot.
AVID really helps me stay organized because last year I used to lose everything and I was used to get in trouble, but now I know where everything is.
I think the AVID binder is good. I understand the importance of being organized, but it could become a little bit stressful and overwhelming because I don't really see the need to have 4 tabs for 6 out of 7 classes. But I like it because it helps me to keep up with all of my stuff and all